My name is James Mayer. I'm a Managing Director and Branch Manager for the Huffman Paolo Wealth Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors. Our people, process, and practice seek to deliver better results for our clients versus working with a single financial advisor. Our 10-person team has over 200 years of combined financial experience. We hold numerous retirement designations and advanced degrees. We believe we can build a financial review process that is custom-made for your benefit.
Hello, my name is Ryan Richards, financial consultant with the Huffman Paolo Wealth Management team. My extensive financial and banking background over the past 20 years has helped clients prioritize and achieve their financial goals and desires.
Hello, I'm Susan Paolo, Senior Vice President and Investment Officer for the Huffman Paolo Wealth Management Group. I've worked in the financial services for over 32 years and have an MBA from Lake Erie College.
Hello, my name is Phil Anderson, financial consultant with the Huffman Paolo Wealth Management team. I have been in financial services for the past 17 years. I have an MBA from Case Western Reserve University and worked as an investment research analyst for 7 years before joining our team.
We all have goals in life. We want to take care of our family, educate our children, and perhaps leave a legacy for future generations. For many of us, however, the most important goal is to live a financially secure retirement. Everyone also has a few nagging questions, often around balancing current wants versus future needs, and if they are making enough progress towards their saving goals. Today we'll answer some common questions about this topic, and we'll outline our 6-step process to help you plan for a secure retirement.
What does your ideal retirement look like? Will you travel? Will you volunteer, buy, or build your dream home? Are you going to pursue hobbies and spend time with friends and family? Most of us have an idea of what we want our retirement to look like, but have you taken the time to sit down and prioritize these dreams and goals? Have you determined what truly is essential and what may be less important? At Huffman Paolo Wealth Management Group, we have a process to help you do just that. However, there are some important steps we need to cover. The first step in creating a successful retirement involves dealing with potential roadblocks. The statistics on this slide and the next may be eye-opening. Can you estimate what you saved for retirement? Are you aware of the potential long-term care situations that you could face later in life? Have you given much thought to healthcare expenses in your retirement years? Have you created a budget for your expenses in retirement? Will you have enough money to maintain your current standard of living? Are you a planner? Will your debts and liabilities be under control as you enter retirement? Are you confident you've saved enough money for your retirement life? Some of these facts and figures can be overwhelming to think about, but by joining us today, you've already taken the first step necessary to easing your mind and formulating solutions to these problems and issues.
When thinking about what might affect your retirement lifestyle, there are factors to consider. These include experiencing poor investment performance, living far longer than you imagined, dealing with increased inflation, facing health concerns and possible medical costs, paying taxes, supporting parents and/or children, encountering the unexpected.
We believe inflation is one area that needs special attention. Inflation can harm the power and value of your money over a long period of time. For example, look at how inflation has affected simple items such as bread, gasoline, and going to the movies. Over the last 30 years, these items have experienced increase due to inflation. While we've all been fortunate to live in a time of lower inflation, we still need to factor in the effects on our retirement income planning. The future effects of inflation need to be studied as well. If we look at something universal like food, we can gauge what prices you may be met with during your retirement. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, a couple who's 51 to 70 years old now spends almost $600 per month on food, which works out to more than $7,000 per year. If you're retired for 30 years, that's over $210,000. However, we all know that food prices won't be the same for the next 30 years. If we assume a typical inflation rate of 2.5%, you'll eventually need more than $320,000 for your food. There is good news though. A smart retirement planning strategy can account for inflation and other challenges you may face.
After considering those potential challenges, the next step is taking a look at where you stand today. Here are some of the areas we review with our clients. We review their assets and liabilities, income sources, insurances, as well as estate planning documents, among other needed areas. In the next video, we'll discuss the importance of proper asset allocation and introduce you to our Envision process.
Here's an example of a risk-based asset allocation. The important thing to remember when allocating your money is that you should take an amount of risk that you are comfortable with and which makes your goals attainable. This chart is a little bit hard to make sense of. There's no real pattern to it, and that's sort of the point. Asset classes often do great one year and then perform terribly the next. However, a blend of many asset classes, represented here by the white boxes, can provide more consistent returns than owning just one or a few types of investments, and also give you less volatility.
By now, you can understand how many factors need to be considered when creating your investment plan for your retirement. But you might be wondering where to start. Let me introduce you to the Envision process, which I use to help my clients work towards secure retirements. This process produces an easy-to-understand plan designed to help investors achieve their financial goals. We want you to live the one life you have in the best way possible without undue compromise or unnecessary risk. We think there is no better way of demonstrating the real impact that Envision planning has than through the eyes of clients who actually have been through it. Wells Fargo advisors, working with Versta Research, surveyed Envision plan holders to gauge their views on the process, and as you can see, the numbers tell an exciting story. Planning is a continuous process. It is never really complete because our goals and the markets aren't fixed. As things fluctuate over time, it is good to keep revisiting your plan to help ensure that it still reflects what you want from your money and any changes that may have occurred in the investment environment. Finding the right trade-offs can help you get you to the most ideal version of your investment plan. We want every client to be somewhere between their perfect version of their plan, the ideal, and their minimum baseline for success, the acceptable. In our next video, James Mayer will introduce the Johnson family and the steps that we take next to start building a plan for someone like you.
Here's a great example of a couple that is facing issues and challenges many of us are all too familiar with. Now that we have established your goals, our Envision plan will allow us to stress test your plan. We'll be able to determine how well your investments and savings plans are working towards your goals. Based on these results, we'll be able to create a recommended plan, which appears to have a reasonable likelihood of success. This likelihood is based on the plan result, which is a score based on the Envision process, statistical modeling, and historical simulations. Working with our team, we will be able to make recommendations when your plan is above or below the target zone. Our goal is to make sure that your goals continue to stay on track. But it's important to remember there is no guarantee that an Envision plan will help you achieve your ideal retirement.
Let's take a quick look at the Johnsons, who, like many of us, have concerns about their upcoming retirement. Many of our clients want a good projection of when they will be able to retire and what kind of retirement they will be able to enjoy. The Johnsons would like to retire sooner rather than later. They want to travel and buy a boat. They also want to be able to help their daughter in case she needs it. In our profile meeting, we learn about the Johnsons' income, their assets, cash flow, and savings. We understand that most of us keep our personal financial information extremely private. However, this is needed for us to develop the most accurate plan. When we discussed their priorities in the Johnsons' profile meeting, we learned that being able to retire earlier and having their acceptable retirement income are their main priorities. Since their daughter has recently graduated and started a great first job, being able to support her has become a lower priority.
After the initial stress test, the Johnson's plan estimated an 83% probability of success. This is the point in the analysis where the tough questions start to happen. Will you be able to stay on budget? Can you save the required amount? Will you be able to work the estimated amount of time? Can you handle market volatility? All of these questions are asked and answered, and we can make recommendations to help keep your plan on track. When the Johnsons started the Envision process, the recommendation was an asset allocation investment mix that was based on their goals, priorities, and risk tolerance. The Envision plan allows us to compare the current investment mix to their recommended allocation. Once the Johnsons have become comfortable with the recommendation of the plan, the next step is to implement the plan. This involves matching their savings goals, asset allocation, their timeline into the Envision process. We'll also review their plan's progress so that they'll know exactly where they stand.
The Envision plan is not a set it and forget it process. Tracking your plan and monitoring your progress is essential to making sure you stay on track. Our team is committed to helping you review your current situation, explore your goals and dreams, and establish a reasonable timeline for retirement. Once the plan is built, that is just the beginning. Markets change, lives change, jobs change, and your priorities change. Our goal is to be there with you every step of the way. When any of these events change, we will be there to help you decide which adjustments to make to help keep your plan on track. We hope you've enjoyed going through our video series on our Envision process, and we hope you see the importance of having a plan in place. Our team is excited to talk to you about our process and how we can help you build a plan for your family. Please contact our office for a complimentary analysis of your retirement. If you already have a plan, it never hurts to get a second opinion. If you think you're all set, how does it hurt to get confirmation? If you're not sure, wouldn't it be great to feel more confident? Our confidential analysis is free, and we look forward to talking with you soon.